I am Shravan Komandla. I joined Toastmaster a year ago, so my face is look. You might be familiar with my face because I have been attending the meetings for last 1 year, and I played multiple roles in Toastmaster. Took this much time to give my P1 speech.
Yay!
Finally.
And I work for collateral management client validation. I am an analyst developer. I joined Barclays 3 years ago as a contractor, and later I converted to perm. And today I am going to talk about 3 things which I learned in my life in this P1. The first thing is what I learned is hard work is key to success. There are no shortcuts. This debonair born in one small village in rich community in a poor family. My community is Reddy community. It is in India, and that community is such an affluent community. There are 3 districts with that community name in my state, and out of 10 chief ministers, 7 chief ministers work from my state. So as a result of that, I am ineligible for reservation. So reservation system in India is something like where only 30% seat will be available for the open competition, like for entry to the colleges or government jobs or anything. There's my struggle started. I did my schooling in residential school. I was the topper in my district in my SSC, which is the 10th standard. After finishing my plus 2, I was trying to get into the engineering college through MSET, that is engineering entrance examination. I couldn't make it in the first attempt. I joined in civil engineering. Again, I continued my hard work and incessant efforts. I could make into my favorite course, computer science and engineering. And in engineering, story didn't end there itself, because it was my first medium of instruction was English in engineering, because till that time I was studying in my mother tongue, that is Telugu. So you can imagine like how much efforts I put, and first year I was expecting topper, but I couldn't get, but eventually I was the topper in my college. After finishing the college, I started my career as a lecturer in another engineering college, and parallelly I was trying to get into the software. After attempting couple of interviews, I got into Satyam Computers, which is a MNC in India, and I joined. So this explains like my hard work paid off me. This is the way I enter into the arena of software. And the second thing I learned in my life is money. Money is not everything, but money is something. I'll tell you, during my salad days in college life, when our lecturers were making 250 SGD, you might feel it is a very small money, but if you convert to India, it is a decent amount. They were making. That time I was envious, like what do they do with that much money? Because that time my pocket money, my expense was 50 SGD. So after that, when I started as a lecturer with same amount of money, I realized that it is no longer enough. So my penchant for money started there. And then in pursuit of money, after finishing my 2 years contract in Satyam, I joined in Fidelity Investments, which is the Silicon Valley of India, Bangalore. And there I continued. And that was the time real estate was booming in India. Everybody is reaping the benefits out of real estate by investing in plots and flats or houses. So I also took so much loans and credit cards, and I also invested in the land. That shows that my insatiable hunger for money. And my greedy didn't end that. If you see, at one time my paycheck was completely going for 100% going for my EMIs and credit cards. So then I applied for H1, I traveled to US, and I worked with a couple of big companies, and then I made enough money, and that's how I paid my loans and got peace. And the third lesson which I learned in my life is the good will be always there. Believe in good, because good will always come even though there is a bad. Because during my stint in US, I had to come to India because of the sudden demise of my father, who met with an accident. So then I realized after coming here, before my father departure, he invested in the business, and there were some debts. So I had to repay those debts. So it took me 1 year to repay those debts, thanks to the FX rates of USD and INR. So I could pay it in 1 year. So if I introspect my life, if I see my life is not a cakewalk. I started my journey from small village and traveled through the US, Singapore, and Malaysia. And where I started in the small farmer family, and I have been to this investment bank. So if you see my paycheck also, it was like sine graph, which is oscillating ups and downs. So what I learned is like our hard work will always pays off, and money will, though money doesn't bring enough happiness, but it will give the comforts. And believe in good and believe in God, and always, even though good and bad will happen, they are like cycle. It happens one after another. So I hope whatever three things I learned in my life might be helpful for you, and it gives enough insight. Thanks for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Shravan, for his 3 learnings of his life. I'm thinking, if I'm earning the pay of a typical Barclays employee and keeping my monthly expenses to 250 Sing dollar, wow, that'd be fantastic.
Monthly expenses on?
Wow, you have to ask him. He's the expert. Next up, we have this speaker who's going to talk about something very interesting.
It's always interesting.
She's attempting project number 4, how to say. The evaluator for tonight, for her speech, will be Toastmaster Vikram Sivakumar. Can we get him to mention out the objectives of the speech?
The objectives for P4, how to say it. Select the right words and sentence structure to communicate your ideas clearly, accurately, and vividly.